Hello, welcome to my channel, Sir Tarquin. This is really just a test video to see exactly kind of what my audio settings are like, the game footage that I can capture, the kind of gauge the quality of video that I can make. I want to try and enter a hobby here with YouTube, and so this is the first test run of doing that. With Total War Warhammer 3, that will be the main content, or probably the only content I ever drop on the channel, and that's, you know, potentially not going to be very much. We'll have to see exactly how far down the line I go with this. But I really enjoy this game, and we have Immortal Empires coming out pretty soon, so I'm very hyped up on it, and I want to try and start a bit of a hobby when that happens. Now, this is a very old replay. This is probably when the game had come out, maybe a month in. Stock Stonehorn strategy here that I'm going for is very, very new. Not a lot of people know about it. My opponent is Flying Taco. We're on ladder, so I don't know that he was going for the best of builds, or if he just wasn't trying super duper hard. Maybe it was some theory crafting going on. He has brought some skull cannons, which I don't think are very, very strong units, especially at this point. Now, it's definitely going to put in some work against Ogre infantry. Cannons in general do a very, very good job against that. And he does have plenty of tools to deal with the army I have. He's got Chaos Warriors with Halbs. He's even got Chaos Warriors Minotaurs, or sorry, Chaos Warriors. Great weapon Minotaurs, which can do a lot of hurt to these Stonehorns. But again, I think I definitely have an advantage here with my build with these two stock Stonehorns. I kind of get a nice engage on his skull cannon. I'm going to start shoving it to the forest where I have some Noblars as well. I'm going to essentially stop up his whole army here in this point. I should probably take one Stonehorn to go fight these Fleshhounds instead of having them try to goon up. They really don't work well together. But he's back here, capping that point. I'm going to be sending the Noblar over to cap this point, and most of this battle is going to take place right here at point 2. We're just having a big slugfest over this whole spot. Bit of an engagement here that I like at first. The Fleshhounds are taking a huge beating, and that Skull Cannon definitely didn't get hurt too much, but shoved it back. The Halbs, though, getting in here are going to make things a little bit worse for me. They're going to be able to chunk these hunters pretty well if I stay in too long. Luckily, I do have some Noblar Trappers and these Lead Belchers to shoot in. That's the main thing these Lead Belchers are good for, is killing infantry. Yeah, see, that Skull Cannon hit real hard. But my opponent knows this, and he's got some Fleshhounds and Chaos Furies to jump in there and try and, yeah, kill these Lead Belchers. That damage, dang. Maybe the Skull Cannons, I don't give them enough credit. But either way, I have enough of an army with Noblars and Bulls, dual weapon Bulls, to kind of kill this engagement and really keep these two Lead Belchers alive at the moment. I'm bringing in some Iron Guts. I really want to try and take this point 2, because you need 2 points in order to outcap your opponent. He's taking point 3, I'm taking point 2 and 1. My Noblars are streaming in there. Nice little single file line. And again, we're not going to be contesting these points at all. Most of the action happens right here. So I got a Stonehorn here that I am not microing. I think he's going to get stopped up in some Halbs, which is not where he wants to be. Furies again coming down to my Lead Belchers. Not an engagement I enjoy. I really need to keep some Noblars on top of this to keep these Lead Belchers from taking so much damage. But he knows that that is something he needs to get rid of. On my side of things, though, we got the Minotaurs engaging on the Stonehorn. This is a really cool fight. Minotaurs will definitely chunk the crap out of Stonehorns, but for me, I have 2 of them, and I've got some Noblars coming in. This engagement doesn't go as well for the Khorne side of things as you might initially think, especially since these Khorne halberds got taken off the point, or at least taken off this engagement. They're moving in to fight the Iron Guts. Now, Iron Guts are more expensive, but this is something you'll see again. The Ogre infantry, which is monstrous, is going to have some good charge damage. It definitely wrecked those Halbs on the charge, but you can see these Iron Guts are taking a beating. If it isn't for the numbers here with the Noblars and Ogre Bulls, and again, my Lead Belchers laying into them, I don't think that engagement is one I'm winning at all. In fact, those Iron Guts are going to rout off. That's just not going well at all. He's got a Cultist coming around here, though, and those Halbs that had conquered or taken this back point. The Cultist is probably going to be summoning in some Bloodletters, maybe to kill my Lead Belchers or get... Yep, I think they're going to be coming here on the Noblars. I got some Saber Tusks stopping up his Fleshhounds. This is a really good engagement for me, though. He's going to swing it back in his favor. Again, he's just trying to get around here to kill my Lead Belchers, which he's done a pretty good job of, but they are still online, which is the one thing he does not want. Again, man, I keep saying again a billion times. Here's this engagement. Those Minotaurs with great weapons are a about to rout off, and I have really dominated this section. My Stonehorns have taken a lot of damage, but they are still healthy and alive and causing an absolute wreck to his whole army. He has not been able to pry this point away from me, even with that Bloodletter summon. I just have too much weight with those two single entities and Ogre Bulls streaming in. My Lead Belchers, I am moving a little bit onto the point, trying to make sure I keep that fully capped. I might be trying to get a lineup here on those Chaos Warriors with Halberds. Both those infantry units are going to be a problem for me to deal with. Bloodletters getting wrecked. Stonehorns are going to make short work of Bloodletters. I really think his build needed a lot more Chaos Warriors with Halberds. They were going to be a problem for me. There's some Chaos Doggos, little Warhounds, just making my Lead Belcher's life even worse. There's so many dead Lead Belchers here, but surprisingly, they are still going. Oh, these guys didn't even go. They're just shooting after the cannon. I've got some Nobblers up here that were able to just sneak past, and they're making his life a lot harder to bring in these reinforcements. He's got some, yeah, those minnows, they routed off, but it looks like the trees are hiding them. They should really be desummoned at this point so he could use them for later to try and kill these Stonehorns, which are still super duper healthy. This is the fight that my Ogre Bulls with dual weapons are not going to win at all. Those Chaos Warriors with Halbs are just going to make short work of them. Luckily, I think I'm bringing Sabertooth, yep, Sabertusks, sorry, to scare off these hounds. He's bringing in the Skull Cannon to replace him, try and get on top of these Lead Belchers, but these Lead Belchers are going to put a real hurt on these Halbs if he can't get them offline, which has been kind of the theme of the whole game here so far. More Nobblars coming up. I believe these Nobblars were from this back point over here that I had used to cap. And all the just scraps of my infantry, which arguably might need to be desummoned, they are moving in to just make sure this point does not get lost, because that is the win condition, right? If I can hold this point, there's nothing he can do to come back. Eventually, I can kind of just hold up on one point if needed, but we probably won't get to that section of things. Here come in some Bloodletters. Bloodletters would be great for clearing out these chaff, but the chaff is not the problem. All in here, there's no infantry-sized models. It's all monstrous. Those Bloodletters really aren't going to be the answer that he needs at the moment. The Skull Cannons as well, they're both out of ammo. He just can't kill. He's no magic, no nothing to get rid of these bulls and these two single entities. This point, too, is very, very securely mine. I'm moving up some Nobblars. It looks like I might be saving up supplies here, probably a Mournfang summon, just to really get rid of these Fleshhounds, which looks like he's bringing in some more right now. Yep, some more Fleshhounds, some more Furies, some more Bloodletters. Again, I don't know if this is the best option. He probably doesn't have any more Chaos Warrior help summons because they're routing, not just crumbling and gone. And I'm going to be able to bring some Nobblars and basically nullify this entire reinforcement regiment he's bringing over. More, yeah, Nobblars just coming up on the point. That's all it is. Oh, I'm bringing in some Mournfang. At this point, though, it is pretty much GG. It was a good game, well played. I think I benefited just off of build roulette there. My army matched up very, very well into this, but I still had fun, and it was a pretty awesome match. So, just wanted to cast that. This is, again, a test recording. I don't know how good the audio is. I don't know how good the graphics are or how smooth the video may be, but the goal here is to see exactly what I can do, and hopefully in the coming months, when Immortal Empires drops, I can maybe make a little bit of a hobby out of this. I don't really expect to go anywhere with it. I just know I enjoy watching these videos so much, and now I think I'm going to try and take part in it. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any advice on settings or audio, and thanks for watching. Bye. Actually, before I say goodbye, let's end this replay and look at the unit value, because that's always something I do enjoy. The Hunter definitely didn't pay for himself, but the value they brought to the field, holding those points and just killing, mainly just damage with their charges, was very, very invaluable. The Lead Belchers, this one I think was just getting bullied by those Furies the whole time, so not a lot of value there. This one, however, a little bit better. Still, not a ton. Better kills, though. Lead Belchers were not the stars of the show, though the fact that he didn't have that much infantry, I think that's totally fine for me. So, Nobblars, of course, they're not doing much. Dang, 581 on that Nobblar. This guy's nuts. Oh, wow. Reinforcement-wise, yeah, I had a caster. I didn't bring him out ever. Magic is not my strong suit, but I really probably should have. Regardless, though, the battle was won without it. Mournfang didn't do anything. Maneaters, none of this did anything. These not Fleshhounds, Sabertusks definitely aided some value. More Nobblars. I really didn't need them though, because Bloodletter Summons was pretty much all he had left to bring. I think Spawn could have been definitely good, just to hold that point, or to try and take that point. They're unbreakable, and at this state of the game, Monstrous Infantry has the same weight as Infantry. I definitely would have brought, if I were him, more of the Halberds and the Spawn. I think that would have been a better play to hold that point. The Skull Cannons, did they actually do a lot of value? No. Dang. Man, they were like chunking the Ogre Infantry there, but yeah, barely any value at all. I think that's really the crux of why I took this game. Those minnows, super squishy, even though this variant is armored, but again, they're just not built to last very long. They chunked out those Stonehorns, but they were just overwhelmed. And I think for the most part, this army, the main teeth in this army for the Khorne roster was these Fleshhounds and some of the Furies. I really think those Spawn and more Halbs would have helped, but for the most part, build roulette, I won it. It was fun though, and I enjoyed it. So again, let me know if you have any advice as to how I should record these in the future. This is just a test recording. I don't know if I change things up a ton or not, but thanks for watching again. Talk to you later.